Hey, konnichiwa, Minasan, it's Gray from Wakasashi's Tea House over Japan. How are you doing? You good? Are you Genki? Okay, are you ready for some fantasy? Some classic fantasy? I've got a review today of Fire and Ice, Issue 1. This is published by Dynamite and it's written by Bill Willingham with art by Leonardo Manco. This issue 1's priced at $3.99. Now, first of all, here's a bit of background. This is a synopsis. It says, a fantasy classic returns to life with an all-new prequel series. Okay, please make note of that. It's a prequel. A prequel to what, you ask? Okay, here we go. More than 4 decades ago, 2 iconic creators came together to bring to the silver screen an amazing new world of magic and adventure. In their classic animated film Fire and Ice, legendary artist Frank Frazetta and famed director Ralph Bakshi, he's probably most famous for his animated adaptation of Lord of the Rings, which unfortunately was never finished. They crafted a unique vision of beauty and danger, good versus evil, cast against a hypnotic backdrop of savage prehistoric splendor. Wow, that's quite a synopsis, isn't it? So now, at long last, this timeless vision is expanding into comics, with the first new story to revisit Frazetta and Bakshi's remarkable realm since 1982. That's right, the animated movie came, well, it says here 1983 on Wiki, but they were making it in 1982. An epic, dark fantasy adventure it's described as. I tell you, if you get a chance to check it out, do so. The animation is pretty gorgeous in it. So, back to the synopsis. Before the fire waned and the ice spread across the world, before Teegra met Larn, before everything you know about the unforgettable animated movie came to be, there were the before times. Times when evil might still be blunted. Times when innocence was not yet lost. In Fire and Ice Issue 1, acclaimed comics writer Bill Willingham joins forces with artist Leonardo Manco, making his triumphant return to comics. Okay, I didn't know that, that's good. And a new legend is about to be born. So the question is, do I recommend it? Is it any good? Well, I think you can tell by just these brief looks at the art. It's a gorgeous looking comic book. It's beautiful. It's worth buying just for the art. If you've got an interest in fantasy style stories, if you're curious about this old animated movie, or if you're familiar with it, if you know it, I would definitely pick this up. It's very well written by Bill Willingham. A little bit wordy at times, but he is a classic, very good writer. And as I say, Leonardo Manco, a return to fantastic form from him. Really, really good art. So yeah, I'd rate this, let's see, 8 out of 10, a very strong 8, and I would recommend you pick it up if you like this genre. And also, give the movie a look if you can find it. It's definitely worth it. Okay, so let's go on with the story summary. I'm not going to show too much, just going to show the first few pages, give you a look at the art and some of the writing. So yeah, please keep watching. Here we go. The issue opens with this kind of interesting art, and it's a parable. We hear the story of the world. It's basically the tale of a mouse who lived between a dragon and a tiger. The dragon and tiger didn't care much for the mouse, but they hated each other with passion. One day, of course, they fought. Maybe the dragon would win, maybe the tiger would win. But one thing is certain, the mouse would be crushed in between. Wait, in this story of yours, we're the mouse. We get this gorgeous double page spread here on the second page in. Look at this art by Leonardo Manco. Really nice fantasy style, lovely use of colours here as well. And basically there's quite a bit of exposition, just talking about there are tribes in this nation, they're trapped between the kingdom of ice and the kingdom of fire. They're doomed to be crushed between them, of course, one day. Then we get one of the characters here asking about, where's Larn? Where's he got to again? Oh, he's off in the treetops as usual. The boy's a climbing fool. Then we get our first proper glimpse of, I guess it's the main character of the book, Larn. He's saying that he can hear everything they say. It's wise to spend time up in the trees. You need to know the environment you live in. Also, there are good things to eat up there. Again, just enjoying getting lost in the detail of this art. But we get some narration from one of the characters here, and I think these are like teenagers, the children basically. They're asking, why do we continue to live in this world where we just face destruction? What's the point? And because that's what life is, the glorious struggle. Everything that lives is doomed to die. Even the greatest empires rise only to fall. The trick is doing what's best with the time you have. Sounds familiar? And then one of the children asks, what's that? What's the best? What do we do? It depends, says the wise man. Is it preferable to become a brave warrior? Or to be rich in lands and crops? To be a farmer? Or maybe it's to find a pretty girl and marry well. But then, shockingly, in the middle of his positive story, in the middle of his inspirational speech, shock! He gets a spear through the back of his head. It comes out of his mouth. What in the hells? Then we get this shocking scene of violence. Look at the detail again on the page. Look at the art. It doesn't hold back. It's pretty bloody. There's some kind of creatures here, look like monsters, screaming, Kaluga! But then we see what appears to be some kind of knight, a human in form, telling them, no, don't kill them all. I told you, leave one of them alive. Bring him along, the witch needs her offering. And it continues from there. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, so I'll stop the story summary, the introduction here, but I tell you, it's so worth getting just for the art, and the story is very good. It is quite word heavy. There's quite a lot of exposition, because I guess they're setting it up. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's very well written. Bill Willingham, he's a classic writer, so you're going to get a decent story, but it was the art that really kind of surprised me here. I've not seen Leonardo Manco's work for a long time. I've got vague memories that he was doing Hellblazer, maybe, for a while. This is like a long time ago, back in the day, because don't forget, I'm very old. But yeah, definitely check it out for the art. It's beautiful, and if you're looking for the opening to what seems to be an intriguing fantasy story, go for it. So I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, I had a great time reading it. It's probably not very well known, this story, because I took one of my friends in the comments to recommend it to me. So thanks so much for shouting this out. I had no idea about it. It escaped my attention. But if you do find a physical copy, definitely pick it up. As I say, worth it just for the art alone, but a very good story and an intriguing start to this. What I guess is going to be a mini-series. Okay, hope you enjoyed my review. Please do drop a comment, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It'd be great to have you part of the Wakizashi Tea House Dojo. This is Gray from Wakizashi's Tea House, hoping to see you in a future video. Mata ne!